Good afternoon. I'm Araceli Miguel with Franciscan Beat News. Here are your headlines for Wednesday, February 12th. WTOV 9 reports Steubenville City Council unanimously approved 3 major infrastructure projects Tuesday night, including the Jefferson County Road 26 improvement, the 2025 street pavement making project, and a Fort Steuben Drive sidewalk extension. The Coal Hill Road project will start in August and cost $660,000, with state grants covering most of the cost. The city and county will split the remaining $160,000 street pavement markings will begin in June, focusing on Washington Street Hill, University Boulevard, and Brady Avenue. The Fort Steuben Drive sidewalk extension, costing $50,000, will add 500 feet of walkway near the mall entrance, starting in late spring. Officials will keep the public updated on project timelines. WTRF 7 reports a Maumee man is facing federal charges for allegedly running a drug smuggling scheme that involves spraying narcotics onto books, including Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance, and sending them into a Northeast Ohio prison. Austin Sieber is charged with distributing a Schedule I controlled substance. Authorities discovered the scheme on December 3rd at Grafton Correctional Institution when a drug-sniffing dog detected suspicious packages. The narcotics were found on several discolored items, including books. Court documents allege Siebert used coded phone calls to coordinate drug drop-offs with inmates. Investigators later found a bookbinding machine, a drug-soaked book, and Amazon labels at Siebert's home. He remains in custody with a preliminary hearing set for Wednesday. Fox News reports President Donald Trump says he had a, quote, lengthy call with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Wednesday, during which they agreed to begin negotiations over the war in Ukraine immediately. Trump shared the news on Truth Social, adding that the top U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio and CIA Director John Ratcliffe, will lead the talks. Trump also said he plans to call Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to inform him of the talks. According to Trump, both leaders discussed the U.S.-Russia relationship and reflected on their country's shared history during World War II. Putin reportedly praised Trump's common-sense approach. Trump ended his post by thanking Putin for the release of Mark Vogel, an American imprisoned in Russia since 2021 for possessing marijuana. Trump called Vogel's return a successful U.S.-Russia negotiation. ABC News reports Alabama lawmakers are pushing a controversial bill that would allow the death penalty for child rapists, aiming to challenge a U.S. Supreme Court ruling that bans capital punishment for such crimes. The Alabama House voted 86-5 in favor of the bill, which now moves the state Senate. The proposed law would apply to adults convicted of raping or sodomizing a child under 12. Republican Representative Matt Simpson, who sponsored the bill, said the goal is to get the Supreme Court to revisit its 2008 ruling that found the death penalty for child rape unconstitutional. Simpson called these crimes, quote, the worst of the worst, end quote, saying the punishment should fit the offense. Critics argued the bill is unconstitutional and physically irresponsible, saying it will lead to costly litigation. Others raised moral objections to expanding capital punishment. If passed, Alabama would join Florida and Tennessee in adopting similar laws, hoping to build momentum for a national reconsideration. Deadline reports Sean Diddy Combs is firing back at NBC Universal and Peacock with a $100 million defamation lawsuit over a documentary he says portrays him with, quote, outrageous lies, end quote. The lawsuit filed Wednesday claims the Diddy making of a Bad Boy documentary falsely accuses Combs of serious crimes, including serial murder and sex trafficking. Combs' legal team says the documentary recklessly published false statements ahead of his upcoming criminal trial in May on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. The rapper has denied all allegations and remains in custody after multiple failed attempts to secure bail. The documentary, which features interviews with former employees and alleged victims, remains available on Peacock. NBC Universal has not commented on the lawsuit. Now a look at today's weather. It's a nice and cool day with a high of 38 degrees and a low of 34 degrees. We are seeing light snow flurries with a light wind of 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow temperatures will rise slightly to a high of 45 degrees and a low of 18 degrees. Conditions will be cloudy with a wind of 19 miles per hour. Friday we will have slightly cloudy conditions with a high of 33 degrees and a low of 27 degrees. Winds will be at 7 miles per hour. Thanks for tuning into this Franciscan Beat News Brief. We will see you tomorrow. Good night and God bless.